Hey Gameheads, offline games are the best. No annoying pop-up ads, you can play them anywhere and there is a complete absence of online trolls. Just you and good old immersive gameplay story. Without wasting much of your time, let's dive into 10 new high graphic mobile games of 2023. Let's start off the list, shall we? Starting off the list with Sqaud of Sparta. And yes, it clearly looks like a big ripoff out of the God of War franchise, which is a not so good experience, but hear me out. I was really surprised with its smooth feeling and how great the gameplay graphics look. In the game, you are thrown into an arena where you defeat precisely spawned enemy with an axe that has fire powers. I know, completely ripped off. The eye-catching detail of the game is its surprisingly stunning visuals and graphics, and I've already mentioned how smooth the game feels to play. Surely it is no God of War, but it is a pretty decent ripoff. At number 9 is Craft Valley, a sandbox game that lets you build your world from scratch, and I mean so literally. You begin the game in a small island and you gather materials to expand the land block by block. Think of it as where Forager meets Minecraft with a sprinkle of Terraria. Like most sandbox game, you can mine, craft, farm, build, explore, and do more. There's even a storyline to follow, which is always great. At number 8 is Dead Wasteland, a pretty unique zombie survival game with crisp polygon graphics. I really like the open world theme the game offers, and the battle mechanics of the game feel really smooth. In the game, you explore, loot resources and hunt animals in a big, randomly generated post-apocalyptic world filled with mutants, zombies, ghouls, and robots. Craft, build shelters, and do anything and everything to survive. Epic Battle Fantasy is at number 7. An over-the-top turn-based RPG, you get to experience video game references, juvenile dialogue, and anime fan service. There's also strategic combat, monster catching, and tons of treasure hunting. Explore a world with over 200 different enemies to fight and proudly capture 100 plus usable skills and 30 hours of gameplay. The game is really good and it kind of gives me that Final Fantasy vibe. And number 6 is Over Heroes. To be honest, I did not expect this game to be offline. A third-person 5 vs 5 tower defense or pushing game. I was really pulled by its nice-looking graphics and surprisingly fun gameplay. There are up to 3 heroes to choose from: a shooter who can fly up in the sky, a warrior who can take charge of his work, and a druid who can summon various monsters. The objective of the game is simply to destroy an enemy team, and I really like that simple goal. At the halfway spot is Pacific War (IWO), a military shooter with intense first-person action. Engage in intense and exciting encounters with enemies in the Pacific region, and work with your teammates to suppress the enemies with firepower and outflank them. Choose the perfect build for you from an extensive arsenal, deploy vehicles, use tanks, artillery, and gain an advantage. The gameplay is like most FPS actions, and it really has a war-like environment with bombing and gunshot. Kinda reminds me of the D-Day campaign I played a while back. All in all, it is a pretty neat game with okay graphics. At number 4 is Hack, another post-apocalyptic game on today's list. In the action platformer, you play as Hack, a lone survivor in a future-ruined society. Your only hope is to venture south to find Sqaud, the remaining intact city. The gameplay is quite simple. You control a hook, a slash button, and you can also dash. The game features over 30 hours of gameplay with nice hand-drawn graphics, multiple sections to explore and get over, and a nice, interesting cyberpunky storyline. Overall, it is a pretty neat game that gives me Typo Man vibes. At number 3 is Driving Zone Offroad, a polygon off-road driving simulator. In the game, you drive around an island to deliver parcels to the most remote parts of it. The game has a huge map filled with diverse terrains to explore and navigate through. diverse cars that you get to unlock as you progress in the game, a tuning mechanic, and even off-road racing. Driving Zone has crisp looking polygon graphics, and the controls are like most car games with the ability to switch from 3 viewing angles. At number 2 is The Fall, an open world post-apocalyptic survivor. Yes, I have a lot of them on today's list. The striking feature of Fall is the eerie environment that makes it play as a horror survivor. Gather resources in a fallen society, fight the undead, and look for fellow survivors. In the game, you control a bow at first, then a handgun, and a semi-automatic later. Yes, it is a pretty good game with nice graphics, especially if you enjoy horror titles. At number 1 spot is Sqaud, another surprisingly offline 3 vs 3 shooter. Set in a futuristic world, the game looks like Valorant and plays like Apex Legends thanks to its pretty graphics and fast-paced combat. In the first-person shooter, you and your teammates must eliminate your rival team to gather points before the timer runs out. The game has gorgeous graphics with a fluent multiplayer control system that's completely buttonless. The game is still in its beta stage, meaning it will surely get better. Okay, that's the end of the video. What game will you check out? Let me know in the comment section, and please let me know what you want me to create next. Please like and subscribe to get more content and support the channel. It is your host Sqaud, about to get to 100, and I'm out though.